The minor keys are each missing one extremely important note, the leading tone, the note that tells our ear where Do is. The seventh note of the scale no longer has the drive towards the tonal center, the first note of the scale. In practice, the remedy for this deficiency is to change scale degree 7, Te, into the note T by using an accidental that raises Te one semitone, whenever scale degree 7 moves to scale degree 1. If the seventh note of the scale is not moving to the first note of the scale, we do not need the note T, and there is no reason to change Te. Remember, always consider the musical purpose, the function, for anything that you write or analyze. If we write a minor scale with the seventh scale degree changed from the subtonic to the leading tone, the interval pattern of the scale becomes whole, half, augmented half. The word augmented means to make bigger. Since the melodic step between lay and T is 3 half steps wide, it is bigger than a whole tone, so we use the label augmented. This is an augmented second. Technically, our scale is no longer diatonic. There are now 3 different sizes of melodic steps. This version of the minor scale is known as the harmonic minor scale. This is because of the use of the leading tone's drive to Do to create the dominant harmony. The problem now is that when used to create melodies, the harmonic minor scale sounds very similar to the music of Middle Eastern cultures, particularly in an historical context, Persia. When the musical constructs of key and scale were being developed in Europe, the Catholic Church was the seat of power, and the Catholic and Islamic religions were very hostile towards each other. Melodies made from a harmonic minor scale would not have been acceptable in a Catholic culture. The problem is to remove the augmented scale step without removing the leading tone. The solution is to raise the 6th scale degree when it moves directly to the leading tone. This creates the melodic minor scale. Remember, in a minor key, we only need to raise scale degree 7 when it moves directly to scale degree 8, or 1. We only need to raise scale degree 6 if it moves directly to the raised scale degree 7, the leading tone. We do not change the scale degrees arbitrarily or randomly. We only change them for these specific reasons. The whole step, half step pattern for an ascending melodic minor scale is whole, half, whole, half. Just as the harmonic minor scale is the only scale that contains an augmented step, the ascending melodic minor scale is the only scale with 4 consecutive whole steps. Since we are moving away from Do when we descend from the top of the melodic minor scale, there is no need for a leading tone. Remember, we use the leading tone to lead us towards Do. The 7th note of the scale is not raised, it is simply Te. The 6th scale degree descending is Lay. The descending melodic minor scale is just the natural minor scale. The scale degree Lay is actually heard as a tendency tone that wants to resolve to Sol. Notice that this scale step is 1 semitone wide. It is where one of the warps in our pitch space naturally occurs, in a minor key. The other semitone lies in between scale degrees 2 and 3. With practice, you should be able to identify the different scales, major and the 3 versions of the minor scale, on the keyboard, on the musical staff, and by ear. You should be able to create the different scales on the keyboard, on the musical staff, and by singing.